Hi students, today I'm going to walk you through how to register for your classes for next school year. If you're a returning Heritage student, this will look familiar to you. It's the same type of process, but we want everyone to make sure that they are listening closely so no mistakes are made. So the first thing that you're going to do whenever you're registering for your classes is that you're going to log into Infinite Campus, and you're going to then scroll down here to the bottom and click on this More button down here. Once you click on More, it's going to take you to this screen, and we're looking here for course registration. If you click on course registration, you'll see right here where you can click on the 21-22 link. Click on this one, and it's going to let you, at this point, start adding your classes for next school year. So once you've logged in, you'll notice that for most of you guys that your teachers in social studies, math, and language arts have already entered in what they want you to take for next year. These are the levels that they recommend that you take. They probably even already had this conversation with you. And so you'll see that you don't need to add in those classes. When you're looking at this, if you see that it's just US History Semester 1, for example, and Semester 2 is not added, don't worry about that. We will add in the Semester 2 courses of all these required ones that are already listed in here. It could be that you are already seeing those, in which case we just got to that before you were able to get into Infinite Campus. So you're going to see that those are already there. Now you're going to need to add in your science classes, your world language classes, and all of your electives. And then it's also very important that you add your alternates as well. One of the things that we want you to keep in mind as you are completing registration, ignore this bar up here at the top. It says 16% complete. For whatever reason, that's there, but it's not accurate. We also want you to ignore this, the units that says at the bottom, at the side, 94. What we want to make sure that you get to is going to be 46 units. That's going to be knowing that you have 2 full semesters. In the case of this student right here, because we don't have semester 2 yet loaded in, we only have 15 units showing. But once we add in those additional units, we're really starting at 30 units. So I'm looking for 16 more units to make sure that we have registered in order to know that the student has a full schedule. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to this add courses, and you're going to start typing in the course that we want. So we know the student wants to take Spanish 3. Less is more when you're typing things in. What you don't want to do is go ahead and just type in Spanish 3, because you'll see that it doesn't exist. Instead, what we want to do is we're actually looking for Roman numerals. So the less you put in, the easier it's going to be for you to find things. So we're going to type in just the first 3 letters or so of a course, scroll down, and you're going to find it. So let me just show you, for example, engineering and tech. If I start typing in the whole word engineering, it doesn't exist. Instead, it's actually just engineering, and I'll be able to go down and find it. So just keep in mind, 3 letters should be plenty to find what you need. So to go back to Spanish, we want to do Spanish 3. I'm going to type that in, click on this, and I'm going to request the course. And now I want to be sure I do post semesters. All right, now I want to add in science. So I'm going to go to chemistry, and I'm going to do the same. All right, so you'll see here at the top, now I'm at 33 units, but if you remember, we actually are adding 15 more units in the case of this student. So this student really has enough classes technically, but we need to get some electives in this one so he's sure to graduate on time. And he wants to do design class 1 semester, and he wants to do a practical arts class another semester. So we're going to add those in there. So if I go back, you're going to see here at the top the classes that the teachers put in, and then here at the bottom the classes that we want to request. Now it's also super important that you remember to put alternates in, because design and construction tech may not fit into the student's schedule. So as an alternate to design 1, we're going to look at painting. And I'm going to click on painting, and I'm going to click on this as an alternate. And then I'm going to go to pick another class that's going to give me some options for practical arts. And here's a great example of one that meets both 3 days a week or 2 days a week. So residential home maintenance. If you're wanting to fit into a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, be sure you pick at 3. If you want it to be Tuesday, Thursday, be sure to pick 2. So I'm going to do this one and also call this an alternate. And so I would definitely recommend that you have at least 4 alternates, because things just don't always work out the way that we want them to when it comes to classes and how they fit. So we're going to add in at least a couple more classes here as alternates. All right, so I'm going to go in here. I'm going to say, here are the classes I requested, and here are my 4 alternates. If this all looks good to you, then you're done. You don't need to save anything. You're good to go. There's no button to save. You can log out, and you'll see that everything is there that you need. Now, The other thing that needs to be done, though, is if you see on here that you're taking an AP course, what you need to do is you need to go to our Heritage registration website, and you need to be sure that you click on the AP agreement. So every student who takes an AP course here at Heritage is required to take the test, and they're required to complete an AP agreement. And so this information here just kind of goes through and reminds you that that's a requirement at Heritage, or you don't get the weighted GPA, and that you also have to pay a deposit at the beginning of the year. And you're just going to do this once. If you're taking 4 AP courses, you do this one time. If you're taking 1 AP course, you do this one time. Either way. Now, let's say you see up here that there's something that your teacher has put in that you don't necessarily want. So in the case of this student, he sees that he's taking US History Semester 1, but instead actually wants to take AP US History. So what do you do to change that? You're not just going to add it in here, because these are the courses that are listed in here, and these take priority over what you've requested. You have to go through a process to be sure that we can approve that. So if you want to take AP US History, you're going to go back to this Heritage registration page. And you're going to go down here to right below, and it's going to show you instructions on how to register for classes. This first link is going to give you step-by-step instructions of how to register for courses, essentially what I am telling you now. And then the other 2 links are going to give you some options of what to do if you want to level up or if you want to level down. So in the case of this student, they're wanting to go from US History to AP US History. So we're going to click on this class recommendation override. In this case, you're wanting to go up a level of what your teacher has recommended. And this is a form that you'll print out or you can pick up in the counseling office. You're going to sign it, your parent's going to sign it, and you're going to ask your current teacher to sign it. Your current teacher signing it does not mean that they agree that this is a great idea. They may be fine with it, or they may say, I don't recommend that you do it, but I'm acknowledging that we've talked about it and that I still recommend that you take US History or even AP US History, whichever one it is. We just want the teacher's signature. So this is just the understanding that this hasn't been recommended for you, and you might just need to work a little extra hard and get some outside help in order to do it. Now, let's say in this case, the student has been recommended to take Algebra 2 Honors, but instead they just want to take regular Algebra 2. So again, we're going to go back to this Heritage registration website, and we're going to click on this schedule change recommendation form. This is if you want to level down. So up here at the top, it's just going to remind you that you want to go from, for example, Algebra 2 Honors to regular honors. You're going to complete this form. If you're wanting to go from Algebra 2 to Algebra 2 Honors, you need to go back to this class recommendation override form. So in the case of this one, we want to level down. Student's going to enter in their information. The course that you want to drop, once you kind of get through this one, Algebra 2 Honors, what you want to add is Algebra 2. And you're going to submit that, and then as counselors, we'll go back into that schedule change form and we'll change those. So for both of these, if you are wanting to level up or level down, you're going to turn in that form. If you're leveling up, you're going to complete the schedule change form if you're leveling down. And then as counselors, we'll go into Infinite Campus and we'll change all that before the schedules are created. If you need information of how to find this Heritage registration form, if you go to our main Heritage page, you'll be able to find it on here. So if you kind of scroll through the banner, we'll put it right here. We're also putting it in the weekly in the know email as well. So here's how you get to this Heritage web page, instructions on how to register for classes. If you need any of the information on how to register for courses or what you need to do to complete your registration worksheet, everything is in here as well, all the documents that you need. So reminder that if you are taking an AP course, you do need to complete the AP agreement. If you want to level up, you need to do the class recommendation override form. If you want to level down, the schedule change form. And a reminder that don't forget to add alternates to your schedule, and that you don't need to save anything at the end. Ignore this percentage up here. Ignore the 94 units here at the end. Your key that you're looking for is having at least 46 units in order to know that you have a completed schedule. If you guys have any questions, just reach out to your counselor and we'll be happy to help you out. Thank you so much for your attention.